Man, if I had a buck for every time that Alex Jones was right, I'd be beyond rich, to be perfectly honest. Look, it's no secret. I'm a huge fan of Alex Jones. I'm a huge fan of the work that he's done over the past 30 plus years. I'm a huge fan of his patriotism. I'm a huge fan of his ability and desire to question the narrative, which I have a channel called Question the Narrative. But either way, I'm a very big fan of everything that he has done throughout his career. They obviously tried to railroad him, which we'll talk. We can go on and on for ages about that. But anyways, as I reported yesterday, the Southern Poverty Law Center has been indicted for essentially staging fraud and false flags to stoke racial animosity. Truth is, Alex Jones called this back in 2017 when it came to the Unite the Right and the Charlottesville situation. I'm JB Gunner. This is the Daily Gunner. It's time to put you guys up on game on this. Let's talk about it.
Bring it back.
All right, now I do got a live stream to get to, so I'm gonna try to get this thing done quick, get you the information, and get the fuck up out of here. Anyways, hope you guys are all doing good. Alex Jones. Very polarizing figure. A lot of people love him. Some people hate him. It just kind of is what it is. But Alex Jones, in my opinion, is the best political podcaster right up there next to Rush Limbaugh to ever do this. We all saw Howard Stern fall off, but Alex Jones has stayed consistent. He stayed loyal. He has stayed dedicated to the cause, which is info. That's why his thing was called InfoWars. Alex Jones, Dinesh D'Souza were both right. Southern Poverty Law Center backed deadly Charlottesville Unite the Right rally, even though they fundraised against it. In 2017, Jones and accused Charlottesville of being a false flag operation. And we're finding out 9 years later that it was connected to the Southern Poverty Law Center. Now, in case you don't know what's going on, the Southern Poverty Law Center allegedly paid an informant who was a member of an online leadership chat group that planned the 2017 Unite the Right rally in Charlottesville, Virginia, as they publicly condemned the event. According to a federal indictment against the civil rights group on Tuesday, the informant allegedly made racist postings under the organization's supervision, attended the rally, helped coordinate transportation for several attendees. Prosecutors say the individual was paid over $270,000 between 2015 and 2023. The informant, known as F-37 in the indictment, was a member of an online leadership chat group that planned the rally and attended the event at the direction of the Southern Poverty Law Center. The individual also made racist postings under the supervision of the Southern Poverty Law Center, who stands against extremism and racism, of course, and helped coordinate transportation to the event for several attendees. You can't make this shit up. The allegations has renewed attention to past claims by Alex Jones surrounding the Charlottesville rally. At the time, he declared it to be a false flag operation. You don't have to listen to me. We can hear it from Alex himself. We will look into this other video I got, but I want you to see this is what we're talking about right here.
Government groups, ADL, Southern Poverty Law Center, FBI, that infiltrate and wind up, that is provocateur, real Nazi groups. And I said they've been caught hiring actors, crisis actors.
August 18th, 2017.
To go stir up stuff. Little did I know they'd actually hired them for Charlottesville, official Craigslist, official websites, official companies that have been around for over a decade. Now, there it is.
Man.
You're home for protest rallies. But the point is, they say, we're going to Charlottesville and we're hiring people to agitate. And then their people are there, and then I'm wrong. And then I just said we should investigate actors. There's been actors before. Sometimes it's crazy. I've been at Nazi rallies covering it, and you'll actually see guys that you later learn.
There's the Craigslist. Look at that, Charlottesville. No, that's Charlotte, North Carolina. But look at these are the type of ads that used to be in Craigslist. They might still even be there.
FBI informants and Jewish
compensation $25 plus per hour, and this is back in 2017.
Leaders, the Jewish community people.
So you see, this was him there. Let's go ahead and look at this video by John Bound. who also works for InfoWars. The nationwide Southern Poverty Law Center false flag operation implodes.
Racism is down, people!
Oh.
Unless we get these hate crimes up, we are out of a job! No more matcha lattes! Is this getting through to you?
If there's not enough racism, what if we made racism?
Some Jussie Smollett type shit, huh?
That's it!
I just want to make sure I understand. You're alleging that the Southern Poverty Law Center was paying the leaders of KKK and other groups to continue their operations? Is that?
I'm not alleging it. The grand jury returned an indictment that says that. And so what the investigation found, according to the indictment that was returned today, is that they were paying. So the Southern Poverty Law Center is raising money, asking folks to give them money to dismantle racism. And over a very long period of time, they were using some of the money they raised from donors to pay to, they call them field, basically to inform.
Look at that Unite the Right, not Unite the Patriot Front. We all know the Patriot Front has been infiltrated by feds for a long time. The KKK isn't even real anymore. There's like 1,000 to 3,000 of them in the entire country. As someone that has pro-European tendencies, I guess you could say, trust me, I know there is no fucking KKK, but they still funded them.
Performance for information, for access, to just pay them for certain to do certain things, and so yes, that's exactly what the indictment charges.
I've been on there 32 years, and my wheelhouse has been the Southern Poverty Law Center and ADL running the KKK, the Aryan Nations, all of them.
Exactly right.
It's come out. They got caught in the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s doing it. It is well documented.
It's the biggest grift in at least modern American history, cutting into the literal DNA of these United States. On April 21st, 2026, a federal grand jury in Montgomery, Alabama hit the Southern Poverty Law Center with an 11-count indictment, 6 counts of wire fraud, 4 counts of false statements to a federally insured bank, and 1 count.
Everything is fake and gay. I'm telling you, I've been saying it.
Count of
These false flags are
conspiracy to
legit.
commit concealment money laundering.
They used the fraudulently raised money by lying to their donor network, thousands of Americans, to go ahead and actually pay the leadership of these supposed violent extremist groups. The groups, as the general laid out, include the Ku Klux Klan, the United Klans of America, Unite to Right, National Alliance, the National Socialist Movement, the Aryan Nation Motorcycle Club, and the National Socialist Party of America, and also the American Front.
I've been telling you, all these people. I'm even that little Mexican kid, Nick Fuentes. I'm telling you. The thing about me is, you can tell, because I've consistently been taken down. You can tell I'm not rich, right? Everything I've said for 20 years. I've never wavered. I'm not all of a sudden telling you to vote Democrat like Nick Fuentes is. I'm telling you, this is insanity. And when it comes to Nick Fuentes, I got something I'll show you in just a second. No problem.
One SPLC field source was even a member of the online leadership.
Where the fuck is my shit? Are we fucking up here? Are we fucking up here? Are we frozen? Oh man, don't do this.
Cutting into the literal.
As the general laid out, include the Ku Klux Klan, the United Klans of America, Unite to Right, National Alliance, the National Socialist Movement, the Aryan Nation Motorcycle Club, and the National Socialist Party of America, and also the American.
And by the way, just so you understand, what I say about Nick Fuentes is very. I know a lot of you guys got problems with it, but I'm just gonna show you. Oh man, I don't even have it here no more. I guess I'm wrong. But anyway, he hates Southerners, especially Southern white people, all of that. So a lot of you people loving Nick Fuentes, it's because you haven't seen what you probably need to see.
Front.
One SPLC field source was even a member of the online leadership chat group
Thought I had a
that planned
bookmark. Thought I had a bookmark. What is going on here?
the 2017 Unite the Right rally in Charlottesville, making racist postings under SPLC supervision and helping coordinate transportation to the event. This is the very definition of a false flag
100%,
setup
100%.
on a massive scale.
100%.
As this debacle unfolds, we're seeing the full picture of a vast conspiracy aimed at falsely labeling white men as the most violent racist threat to the country, a narrative that continues to drive the Democratic Party.
Close your eyes. Remember what you saw on television. Remember seeing those neo-Nazis and Klansmen and white supremacists coming out of fields with lighted torches. And remember what the president said when asked?
And you had people, and I'm not...
Here's the funny thing. As I knew it was fake the minute we were talking about the taking down of a statue in Charlottesville, and they were like, the Jews will not replace us. Which has nothing to do with the rally and everything we were talking about. You understand what I'm saying? And even if I'm a believer in the Great Replacement theory, but my point is that particular incident had nothing to do with any of that. We all knew what this was. This was the taking down of a Southern monument.
I'm talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists because they should be condemned totally.
Their veins bulging.
He said specifically that he was condemning them.
No, he did not. He said he walked out and he said, let's get this straight. The veins bulging on their as they were screaming. Remember, just close your eyes and picture what it was. Their veins bulging. Their veins bulging. Nazi sympathizers.
Oh no.
Carrying Nazi fags.
When Nazi blacks.
Bulging.
Now, in other times, Democrats and Republicans alike would rely on the Southern Poverty Law Center to help us keep track of the movements of violent white supremacy in the country. The Southern Poverty Law Center has been a vigilant voice in civil society against radical white nationalist violence and extremism, neo-Nazism.
Will you please direct me to this neo-Nazism, this violence? Because I can tell you right now, I share a lot of their sentiments. And I'm not out here hurting anybody. Most people that think like me, that are just pro, let's just say Caucasoid, we don't actually want to hurt anybody. We just don't want our culture and our land and our lives altered by forced multiculturalism. Do you think I'm sitting here with weapons like, I'm going to go get them? No, I got too good of a life for that. I have no intention in hurting anybody. But your thought crimes, who cares? Humans have been tribalistic since the very beginning. We're going to remain tribal for good. It's never going to change. And shit like this makes it worse.
And other forces across the political spectrum that spread organized hate from any quarter.
It's not hate.
The president, however, wants to undermine civil society organizations and to reduce our ability to defend ourselves against the virus of racial violence.
Let's remember Charlottesville.
Oh.
Where there was a mob of people carrying tiki torches.
So?
Spewing anti-Semitic hate.
Oh, no.
And what did the president then at the time?
What was the hate exactly? So if I sit here and say the Taiwanese will not replace me, does that mean I'm spewing hate? I live in a European-based country. Yes, you ask the Chinese, do they want to be replaced in their country? Ask the Japanese, do they want to be replaced in their land? Ask the Mexicans, do they want to be replaced in their land? Why in the fuck would we? We're a nation of immigrants. No, we're not. The 1965 Hart-Celler Act is the one that amped that shit up. We were a nation of conquerors, not immigrants, conquerors.
Times say there were fine people on each side.
Racism is evil.
Damn it.
And those who cause violence in its name are criminals and thugs, including the KKK, neo-Nazis, white supremacists, and other hate groups that are repugnant to everything we hold dear as Americans.
Not to mention fudged nationwide arrest data that mislabeled black and brown suspects as white and major cities conveniently stopping crime reporting to the FBI after Biden took office. For years, the SPLC sat on the safety teams of Facebook, old Twitter, and YouTube, directly advising on what content to demonetize, restrict, or nuke entirely. They choked out dissenting voices during the height of big tech censorship, manufactured Gamergate as male supremacy, labeled conservative Christians and parental rights groups as hate groups, and relentlessly targeted Alex Jones and InfoWars, which resulted in the Truth Organization being put under...
So they just were taking down YouTube videos because of Southern Poverty Law Center. Said, they're racist. Gee, I hope no one was that I know was affected.
Surveillance by the FBI.
Charlottesville was mainly a bunch of homosexual leftists dressing up like Nazis who'd all formerly worked for Obama or Hillary, part of their art club, and then they lured a bunch of reporters there and some real white supremacists so the police could stand down and collide them into the...
It bothers me so much when people say white supremacist. The blacks does it, Alex Jones does it. It's white supremacy, which means white supremacist. Not, you know them damn white supremacists. I mean, I'm saying that, no, that's actually the right word. You know them damn white supremacists. It's not the same word. It's not the same word.
Folks, I pointed out that some of the same leftist foundations are funding the white supremacists.
One that engages in supremacy or believes in it is a supremacist.
That are funding real white supremacists in Ukraine. I got sued for that. Even though it's, they tried to say that I said some cameraman killed the girl. I didn't say that the cameraman killed them. I said it was all part of leftists coming out to come to this big event and hope there was some big crisis out of it to demonize the right in general and tie us to Nazis.
The SPLC branded Jones a top anti-government extremist, feeding tech giants the ammunition they needed to ban InfoWars across multiple platforms in 2018 and wipe out his reach overnight. 4 months before Charlie Kirk was murdered, the SPLC placed Turning Point USA on their hate map next to the KKK and neo-Nazis. On top of it all, this so-called poverty nonprofit sits on a near billion-dollar war chest stashed in global tax havens. The SPLC is denying everything and crying political weaponization, but the black and white evidence is in the indictment. The American people deserve better than being played for suckers by professional fearmongers. The entire country should sue. John Bound reporting for InfoWars.
Yeah, of course. That's exactly what should happen. The entire country should sue. These people were engaged in false flags. Our government was we all know Biden was part of it. But ultimately, at the end of the day, everything was fake and gay, man. For all of you people, that didn't believe Alex Jones, look, how many more times does he have to be right? Number two, if you don't believe in false flags, this story alone should give you all of that. They were, by definition, committing false flags to set you up and stoke violence so they can make money. A false flag always has an agenda. Sometimes it's to get us to agree to war, for whatever reason, fund the military-industrial complex, all of this. But this is very, very clear-cut, plain to see. And Alex called it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Guys, thank you so much for being here. I definitely appreciate it. Do me a favor. Scroll down on the Daily Gunner, and you can find the links to my other channels, including my live stream channel, where I will be live later on tonight. I go live usually about 3 hours. If you want to support this channel, feel free to hit the PayPal, the Venmo. I do have a Cash App. Join the Patreon, if you will. Subscribe to my Rumble at The Gun Show so you can get all the uncensored content that's over there. And you can follow me on Twitter if you'd like to contact me at KingJB_1776. Thank you so much for joining me here on The Daily Gunner. I will see you in the next one. Peace out.